remember those. Those were very enjoyable. So what I have here is a cow. She's a black and white cow. You've seen those before. These are actually the most popular type. And these are called Holstein cows. What do you call them?
Holstein cows.
Good job, good job. Some of you are familiar with cows, some of you are not. I'm going to teach you about her really quick. She's a 5-year-old. Actually, she's going to be 6 in June. She's a 5-year-old Holstein cow. The reason why these are the most popular is because they give the most amount of milk. So they're dairy cows. Every day she gives about 7 gallons of milk that we can use for a lot of different things. She weighs about 1,200 pounds. She's pretty big. She wasn't always this big, of course. When she was born, she was a baby calf. She wasn't always a cow either. She became a cow only when she became a mom, a mother. So cows are females and they have to be mothers to be considered a cow. Now, there's no such thing as boy cows because boys are called what?
Bulls.
They're called bulls. Good job. She's had 2 babies. Her first baby was when she was 2.5 years old. And at 2.5 years old, these animals, it's like in human years, it's like they're 21 already. So, yeah, it's like 21. So they get old. The very first 2 years, they grow very fast. What's really cool is the first baby she had was a girl. And that one's already 2.5, almost 3 years old. And she's going to have a baby too, which means Lucy here is going to be a grandma already this year. Pretty interesting. There are other cows that we have at home. There's brown ones. Some of you have seen brown ones before. Those are called Jersey cows. What do you call brown ones?
Jersey cows.
Okay. They give a different kind of milk. It's not chocolate, but it actually has more cream in it, which means they're really good at making cheese and ice cream. We like that stuff, especially right now. If you use an ice cream. The brown ones, they give less milk. These ones give much, much more, and they're bigger. What we do is we go to schools every day, myself and my cows, and we teach kids about the farm and how it works. So I'll teach you a few words that we use on the farm, and then I'll talk about Lucy's body some more. And then I'll teach you how to milk a cow too. You want to learn how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty simple. This area where she stands is called the stall. What do you call it?
Stall.
Good job. This area where she has her food is called the manger. What do you call that?
Manger.
Okay. These 2 bars are very important as well. It's called a stanchion. What do you call those?
Stanchion.
All right. A stanchion is what we use to secure our cows, especially when they get a visit from their doctor. What's an animal doctor called? A vet. Does anybody want to be a vet? Okay, a vet's a pretty cool job. Now, you take care of animals. Sometimes you take care of kittens and puppies, but sometimes you got to take care of big animals too, like our cows. So we get vets that come to check our cows once a month. We put them in the stanchion and secure them so they don't have to chase them everywhere. That'd be kind of hard. The vet checks if they're going to have a baby. They check their milk. We check their feet. We check everything to make sure we have a nice, healthy cow. At home, we have about 205 cows, and we got to check them very often. After she eats a lot of food, my cow's got to drink a lot of what? Water. A lot of water. Good job. Now, she doesn't drink soda or nothing like that. It wouldn't be good for her body. But she drinks plenty of water, and every day she'll drink about 30 gallons, especially a warm day like this. I give her this other stuff too. It's called electrolytes. Can you say that word?
Electrolytes.
All right. We compare that to like a Gatorade or a Powerade. So that's what we drink is Gatorade, but she drinks this stuff called electrolytes, and it helps her stay very hydrated. Now, my cow Lucy, her nose is very wet, and we want it to be wet just like other animals have a wet nose. And that's because it tells us she has plenty of water in her body. If her nose was dry, she could be dehydrated or she might be getting sick. At the bottom of her body, she does have toenails, but we call them hooves. What do you call them?
Hooves.
All right, we do have to trim them once in a while, like giving her a pedicure. We'll probably do that next month on her birthday. Back here, she's got a nice long tail. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, this tail can go down to the ground, but we do got to give her a haircut like we get a haircut as well. We don't want it dragging on the floor. Back here, she's got some big muscles. You see that wiggle and jiggle?
Yes.
Okay. She's full of muscles, bones, organs. She even has fat in her body, and that's very normal. You think she can kick pretty hard?
Yes.
Yes, she can. She's a nice cow, but sometimes cows, they get scared. They might kick. Just like horses or bulls or donkeys, you got to be careful. You think it's a good idea to walk behind them?
No.
No, so walk on the side or in front so they can see you or hear you. Over here she's got a huge bone. This is her hip. It's very wide. Cows have wide hips because what's going to grow in between one day? A baby, yeah. When she had her baby, the last baby she had weighed about 75 pounds. So she needs plenty of room in between these hips to have her baby. Over here she's got ribs, she's got a shoulder, and she's got a pretty good sized head. And what do you notice on Lucy's head? She's got big ears, yeah. She has an ear tag, and she is number 42. If we look up that number on the computer, it tells us all about her information. It tells us her birthday, it tells us the day she had her babies. It tells us how much milk she gives. It even tells us the day she got her toenails trimmed. So that's a lot of information just from her ear tags. So just like you have a number in your class, we gotta have numbers for our cows. She's got big eyeballs, big eyelashes, big nostrils, and inside her mouth she has a tongue that's very rough like sandpaper, and it's about this long. Pretty long. She uses her tongue to eat food, drink water. She could even scratch her own body because her tongue is very rough. It's like sandpaper. When she has a baby, does the baby come out dry or slimy? Slimy. Yeah, super slimy. So she'll give her baby a bath, lick her baby, and even comb its hair. She's got big teeth too. 32 teeth inside. She uses it to chew this food, and what's this food called? Hay. It's called hay, yeah. Maybe she wants some more. She loves hay. But this hay is called alfalfa. What do you call it?
Alfalfa.
Okay. She just like that movie Little Rascals. She loves alfalfa. She also eats fruits and vegetables. Sometimes I'll have a banana and she'll take it right out of my hand. When she eats her food, it goes on a big journey. It goes to her belly, and this is where it gets a little tricky. Cows actually only have one stomach. Sometimes people think they have 4 or 5 or 6. They have one stomach. How many? One. Okay, one stomach. Inside that one stomach, they have 4 compartments, and that's where it's a little tricky. So it looks like this. One big stomach, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. The first compartment is called the rumen, and that's where Lucy stores all her food. After she stores her food, it sits there for a while, and then she brings it back up and chews it for a second time. She chews her food twice every day. She'll eat, she'll swallow, bring it back up, and do it again. After all that food goes to her body, it comes back here and starts creating what?
Milk.
A lot of milk. She got milk this morning before we got here. So when we go home later this evening, we're going to milk her again. We do it twice a day. When we do milk our cows, I have 200, so 205. So we don't milk them by hand. That would take forever. We use a machine, but we do sometimes try a little bit by hand, and I'm going to teach you how. So sometimes people think you just squeeze like this, or you think you just pull down like this. Those are the wrong ways. It's going to look like this. So raise both hands if you want to learn. Make a fist, give me a thumbs down. Grab your thumb with the other hand. Open up the bottom 3 fingers. And then roll your 3 fingers down and give your thumb a tug. So you go 1, 2, 3, tug. 1, 2, 3, tug. 1, 2, 3, tug. 1, 2, 3, tug. Good job. So this is what it's going to look like. When I come up to my cow, do I grab her right away? No. No. I want to let her know that I'm here. And then I give it a squirt. You see that? That's how you milk the cow. Now at home I mentioned we use a machine, and this is what it looks like. This is called a milking claw. What do you call it?
Milking claw.
Good job. We always want to make sure it's comfortable for our cow, so what we do is we have 4 cups and 4 rubber linings on the inside. We got to make sure it's soft. We put this onto our cow, and it goes to work. But before any of this goes on, our cow's got to be clean. They get a shower twice a day before they walk into the barn, in the stalls. Once we put this on, it works in about 5 to 7 minutes. I have 22 of these at home. I can milk 22 cows in about 10 minutes. That's pretty fast. After we milk our cows, we open the door. They all run outside like they're going to recess. They don't have any milk, and then later they'll produce much, much more. Then they come to the barn again, do it again. All that milk that we get, we got to do something with it. When the milk comes out of the cow, it comes out very warm, but we make sure it gets cold and we put it in a big tank. Then it goes to stores, or it goes to a place called the processing plant, where they start to make different types of foods and different types of drinks with the milk. What kind of foods do they make with the milk? Cheese. Who likes cheese? What other foods do they make? Ice cream. Who likes ice cream? Who likes yogurt? Who likes sour cream? Who likes a milkshake? All right. Do I shake my cow and get a milkshake?
No.
No. What does she give me a lot of, though? A lot of milk. And she does that every day. So that's why it's so important to take care of your cows, take care of your animals, make sure they get the right type of food, and then they'll give good quality milk. So, and then it ends up going to your stores and goes to your schools, and you have nutritious milk. Now milk, inside the milk, that has a lot of calcium. What's calcium good for? Building strong what? Bones. Bones and teeth. But what's protein good for? Building strong what? Muscles. Good. Protein's good for building strong muscles. So that's why, that's how it all starts, is with a cow like Lucy or Buttercup or Cookie. Does anybody have any questions so far? Yes.
How long does Lucy get milk?
She gets milked twice a day, and it takes her about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to get milked, but she's inside of the barn for maybe an hour. She gets a shower, she dries up, and she goes and gets milked. Yes. Is it bigger than Shaq? Shaq is about 7'1", so Shaq's taller, but this one weighs much more. Yes. Good question. He asked, what's this orange spot? This orange spot lets us know that she had her baby already, and she's currently given a lot of milk. Her doctor, the veterinarian, made that mark. If it was a green mark, it lets us know that she has a baby growing inside. Good question. Any other questions? Yes. He asked, how do I get her inside? I open up the back. There's a ramp, and then there's a door here. I open it up. I put some breakfast there, and she walks right in. She loves to eat, so she eats her breakfast and stays there. Yes. How does she get milked, or how does she give milk? She gives milk because she's a mammal. She's a mom, so they create milk for their babies. But these are dairy cows, so they produce so much. These cows right here give about 7 to 10 gallons a day. And their babies maybe drink a gallon, maybe 2 at most. So quite a bit. Yes. Her babies are at home, but her baby is already pretty big. He's about 7 months old. He's a big boy already. Yeah. Any other questions? Do you want to pet her?
Yeah.
Okay, stay seated until it's your turn. We're going to have, if you want to pet her, we'll start from the back row. The back row, and then stay seated in front, and you have a chance to come around the front, and you can touch her belly as you walk by. So just when you pet her, go 1, 2, 3, and keep walking, because that way everyone has a chance. Give yourself a big round of applause. You did a good job listening there.
Ivan, do you want to put the cow?
Is it almost our turn?
You've been recording all this time?
Yes. I've been recording this whole time.
How was the really?
Yes.
How was it? You did a picture of the cow? Are you filming it?
I was filming it the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yes. Is that everyone?
Let me see if she put her head out, maybe.